Welcome back to the show. Joining us now is Sarah Monaghan, the senior coach at the Anarchy Netball Club. Sarah, great to have you in.
Thank you.
Now, much prettier than Birdie as well, so we're getting some nice ladies in today. Sarah, we were chatting just before in the break and you're telling us all about your experience. So just tell us a bit about what you've been doing, because you've come to Anarchy this year, but you've brought a whole lot of experience with you.
Yeah, I grew up in country Victoria, so we played in the Corangan District and the Swan Hill Leagues, which are, I think they're now the Central and Golden Rivers Leagues. Mm-hmm. Very different from here. They've had football, netball since I was a kid. Like, I was probably almost born beside the netball court, so it's very different from what we have here. Then I had 10 years playing in Mildura in the Sunraysia Footy Netball League, and I played midweek there as well. Two different competitions there as well. Their Saturday Footy League, they actually play on grass, so it's a complete different game there.
Netball's on the grass.
Yeah, netball's on the grass. It's
how unusual.
Yeah, it's really weird. So by the end of the season, your goal rings are all dirt and what have you, but your body just feels so much better after the game. That sort of stuff.
Sure.
Slows it down a little bit. It's a bit tricky when
it's
wet.
intentional that they have grass courts, or is it just that they can't afford
just lack
to
of facilities. So
Yeah.
I mean, all the clubs are quite wealthy there, but it's whether there's room to have the outdoor courts and that sort of thing. So and the competition there is really new too. It's probably only about 14, 15 years old now. So then I had 4 or 5 years in South Australia, country SA. So that was different again too. Yeah, really large, strong competition there.
So what's brought you here to Anarchy?
Work, actually. Yeah, I moved over in end of 07, working at Barwon Prison. So I sort of just I went to Corio, had a training session at Corio. They had really large numbers, and I thought, I'm not going to give up work opportunities to play maybe half a game. And I found out that Anarchy was short of players, so I went out there. That's how it started. Yeah.
That's great. Now, going back a bit over some of your experience, you're telling us how each of the leagues differ, each of the leagues that you've been in. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, you'll find, say, Sunraysia, it's quite a strong competition up there. There's a lot of girls that could possibly end up playing state, but because of the travel that they've got from, Mildura, Robinvale to Melbourne, a lot of the girls don't play. I noticed playing for the West Coast Fever at the moment, there's Johanna Curran. She was from Robinvale. I actually played against her as a 14-year-old, so that's pretty bizarre. Julie Prendergast that plays in the Australian team. She's actually from the same hometown as me. I coached her brother in junior basketball. So sort of you come across these people and they move and they go on. So it depends on the family opportunities and that sort of stuff. But Mildura's quite strong when you have your interleague cups with your country, your VCFL. We've played against Bendigo and beaten Bendigo competitions and stuff like that. So Riverland in South Australia, that was really different again. They don't play with the football. There's too many teams. There's sort of 5 major towns around the Murray River there, and they've all got their own junior competition, like sort of under 9s through to under 13s. Then in the main competition, they have under 15s through to A grade. So most clubs field about 9 to 10 senior sides, and then they've got their junior sides, which will range between probably 8 to 12 junior sides as well. So it's a really different thing. All the grades there play 15-minute quarters. There's no 12-minute quarters. Even the under 15s play a 15-minute quarter. Lots of different little setups like that. But yeah, and there's a big focus on tournaments over there. That, on a Sunday they'll go off and play tournaments. A lot of them will play in Adelaide on Sundays, that type of thing as well. So yeah, very sort of different to here.
And so you were coaching back when you were in South Australia?
Yeah, in South Australia in 07 I coached A grade and under 17A. I had 3 girls from under 17A that played up in our A grade every week. One of them went on to play state, still play state under 17s for South Australia now. So yeah, it's good to bring the young ones up, to push the pressure on the older ones, and yeah, they're a bit fitter than us too. So yeah, that's very helpful.
Well, you've certainly got a lot of varied experience behind you. What are some of those things that you're hoping to bring to Anarchy this year?
Fun. Amy said before.
Touched on that,
yeah. If you're not enjoying your netball, you can't win. The other thing is our fitness. Pre-season, we worked really hard on our fitness. We've had actually a few injuries in the last few weeks, so that's dropped off a little bit. But the fitter you can be, the more you'll run the game out. With our training drills, I broke our training down into sessions, and the session will be about 15 minutes long. Then at the end of that, they'll have to run for 2 or 3 minutes so that come Saturday they can run out the 15-minute quarter without any problems, that type of thing. So, yeah, hopefully another couple of games under the belt, especially our young ones. We've got a lot of 14, 15-year-olds in the A grade. So a little bit of game experience for them, and they'll come along nicely. A few of them were first couple of rounds, we've had Thompson and Winchelsea, so a couple of those young girls have been a bit overwrought by the competition, but a little bit of experience and they'll be okay.
It's good that they're playing an adult game though.
Yeah, it's a big difference. You know, they're a little fish in a big pond now, so, you know, if they're playing under 15s, because a lot of them play under 15s in Werribee, you know, they're the big girls and, you know, the goal defence and they're the strongest players. Now they're just, oh my God, what's going on here? So, but they're stepping up. They've done all right in practice matches, so they'll be fine.
Yeah, they look good on the weekend too. So.
Yep. And they're just, look, last year when I played at Anarchy, there was no systems in place, so we're trying to encourage them to learn the system. So, and to persevere, you know, try and teach them possession and win us the games and that type of stuff. And, you know, not be afraid to try new things, be creative. Saturday I had to keep running off the court to come back on to get into front. You know, we're very small, so we have to play a shorter game. And just to teach them things like that, like, it's all well and good to be fit and to be able to catch and throw, but they don't understand the game as such yet. So when they learn that, you know, they'll be a lot different.
It's a work in progress, though. You've got a couple of years to work with them, so at that age.
It. Yeah, I mean, I started my first A grade game, I was 14, and I was lucky enough to win premierships at 14 and 15. And, you know, they've got to start somewhere.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Now, your sides played each other on the weekend, a win to Winchelsea, but how was the game from your perspective?
It was a hard game. It was a nice game, like there was no real physical bumps or anything like that. It was just really hard looking up down the court and all you can see is these big tall girls. They played a really good zone, so that was good for them. Our defence, they held up strong. Caroline Roberts did a really good job. Defence, they're working really hard. We're just not providing them enough opportunities in attack. So we're working extra hard to get the ball down there. I felt like I run 5Ks, but we've just got to capitalise on that. And because we're so short, you know, our goalies have to hit every goal. We're not going to get rebounds, so we have to hit those goals. So those are the things that we have to work on. And we'll keep plugging away at the attack end. Defensively wise, through the club, we're quite strong this year. We've got girls playing B-grade defence that could be quite easy up in the A-grade. Elisa Halloran from Lara, she's come across. She's injured at the moment, but, you know, she can push into a wing defence role. Kate Rodriguez played half a season last year. She's back this year. Jess Bellwood's back from Geelong West. She's playing B-grade goals at the moment. She may push up to A-grade. Again, I won't commit to keeping them in the team. I want to have the flexibility to move players up and down if they're playing well and if they're not. So we've got quite strong defence, even the way through down to the D grade. Just lacking some goalies. So if you have any spare goalies anywhere, not getting some court time, come out to Anarchy. Yeah.
I saw B grade 1 and had a 15-goal win, which was good for your behalf. You're very strong this side this year in your B grade.
It's just a lot easier to coach from the sideline because you can be calling the plays, you can pull the player over and have a chat to her on the sideline, that sort of stuff. So it is a lot easier, but yeah,
you'll be a strong contender this year. For B grade too.
Yeah, and even our C grades very well. You know, we knocked off Thompson in the first round, and the C grade are doing a really good job as well. So it's good. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for joining us on this show. Out of time, unfortunately. It's been great to have you on. Best of luck for the season.
Thanks.
We'll be back after this.
I'm here to tell you how football is strong.